coordinator and helping you guys out on that sideline?
Oh man, it feels great. It feels great. Big reason why I stayed here. So it's great to have him back on the defensive side. Doing his thing.
Take us through your decision to stay. What were kind of the factors going into that?
I mean, not a whole lot of factors. Basically, who was going to be the head coach? Big question. As soon as I realized it was him, I was here. So, not really too much about that one.
Was the locker room questioning if Bray would be let go?
No.
Back to this season, Skyler, I'm curious, for you, obviously entering, do you kind of see yourself as needing to kind of be the leader of that back end? Not to say that you weren't this last year, but do you think you kind of need to step up, be more vocal, and kind of be that guy for those young guys to kind of lean on a little bit back there?
Definitely do. I think I need to be better than I was last year, taking that next step, being a better leader, better communicator, better player, on and off the field.
What does that next step look like for you this season?
Really, we harp on effort, consistency. So showing effort day in and day out, being consistent at what I do, whether if it's communicating, whether if it's technique, whatever it is,
What's got you most excited about this year's defensive group? What makes you really excited to see what they can do on the field?
We got a whole lot of new guys, whole lot of young guys who can play. So that makes me excited. Every year, when people put that beaver on their helmet. So.
You guys obviously have to face a couple different people also on the other side of the offense. You got Malik now that's gone in. What's been like just kind of facing him, seeing what he can do in practice, and how is he making you guys maybe better even as a defensive unit?
Oh man, he's a great player. Big guy who can rip the ball. So it's always great to see a quarterback like that. Every once in a while.
Which of the young defensive guys, maybe more than one, have kind of caught your eye just over the last few months?
Pretty much all of them. They all bring something different to the game, to the room. So pretty much all of them.
A lot of different body types at defensive back, with you and Jaheim being really big guys, and then smaller ones like Jack. But what's kind of your guys' group like right now? How would you assess it going into another year?
Well, we had a 5-7 record last year, so obviously the room, we want to be better than what we were last year. We thought we were a better team than 5-7 than what our record had, but with guys like that, everybody needs to be demonstrative, no matter what size, what they look like. Everybody needs to be like that.
With Coach Chance leaving in the offseason, what's been the adjustment been like to a new position coach?
We kept Coach Chance. Coach Hayward left. It was yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Don't even worry. It was a little bit difficult, liking Coach Hayward. He was a good guy. Coach Chance being here from the last season, being able to kind of step up into a new role, and then adding Coach Coop from the linebackers to the DBs, where he should be rightfully so, in my opinion. He was a GA, if you guys didn't know, for the DBs when I first was here in 21. So, I'm just happy to see him back in there. And so I feel like the room is still together.
How does that work, having now two secondary coaches this year? How do they split that up?
So one of the coaches takes the corners, Coach Chance, usually with the corners. The other has the safeties and the nickels, which would be Coach Coop. It's great. You can kind of really detail your work in terms of, okay, you got the corners coach, this is how the corners should run it, this and that, this and that. Then you have what the safeties and nickels should do. This is how they should run it. And then you can kind of come together and polish it just like that.
You guys had so many moving parts last year this time. A lot of new coaches coming in, a lot of new players coming in. Does it just feel like things are more cohesive at this point than they were a year ago?
Wait, say it again?
Are things more cohesive at this point than they were a year ago, just in the sense that you don't have as many new coaches, you don't have as many new players transferring in? It was kind of a whole new roster this time last year.
I think it's been great, that we get, we have that year under our belt, we learned and all that other stuff, and we can really come together, like I said, polish everything out and be better this year.
Even though it's just day one, how does this spring feel any different from the previous ones?
This is actually going to be my last spring here, so, like I said, I'm just happy to be out here, happy to be with the guys, happy to share and to really pull the new guys and the young guys and kind of bring them along and show them how it's supposed to be done.
You got some news. You think a guy like Nico, he's all gone, everybody says bye, and then Nico's back.
Yeah.
What's that like, finding out he's going to get this bonus here?
It's great. It's great. He's a hell of a player. So I'm happy that he's coming back, happy that he gets, one more year to really showcase his talents at the collegiate level so, he can get ready for the next level.
You talked about how last year you thought you guys were better than what your record said. You felt like the defense was better than what, the performance you guys had. How do you guys make sure that your record and your performance meets the standards that you guys have? What's inside of the vision that you have inside you guys' your head this season?
Effort and consistency. Making sure on a day in and day out we put in the effort, communication, technique, and then we're consistent throughout the days, throughout spring ball, throughout summer workouts, throughout fall camp, and then throughout practice to lead up to the game.
Anything else? Thanks, Skyler.